Hey, Franco with Ceramic Grillworks, home of the two-tier adjustable swing rack system. Today in this video here we're going to show you how to unpack, assemble, and season the two-tier adjustable rack system. Those of you who have ordered one and have seen it realize that there's no instructional sheet or any kind in the package here. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you what you get when you unbox it and how quickly it is to put this thing together. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, we're very excited when we get a new package in the mail. I know I get pretty pumped up when that happens. We're going to quickly unzip this thing, put our blade down, get this thing opened up. First thing you're going to see in the system here are two T-shaped Allen keys. Nice size length. This way, if you happen to forget to adjust your rack after you've fired up your cooker, you've at least got some lengthy arms to play with here to make your adjustments. So this, of course, is in your package. You get a 7.5-inch post with your collar. The collar will act as your depth gauge. We'll touch upon that in a minute, but just a quick loosening of the set screw, adjust your height, retighten everything, and you're ready to go. So we'll set that back in the box. This, incidentally, is the 24-inch XL Big Green Egg version of the two-tier. So the upper grate is 18-inch. You also notice that there's a coupler or a collar on the underside with a set screw. So the first thing we're going to do is take our post, insert it into the hole as far as it'll go. Then we're going to take our thinner gauged Allen key and give this a tightening. Just like that. This is now one piece. It's one unit now. Alright, so we're going to take that and set it aside. Flip that forward. And this big wagon wheel, of course, is your 24-inch main cooking surface. Now what's going to happen here is you'll notice that there is also the same coupler and set screw as on the upper tier, and there's also a gusset to add some rigidity to the rack itself. Now, we've gotten many comments and questions regarding the set screw on the underside. How do we tighten it? Do we tighten it? So forth and so on. This is really up to you, but what I prefer to have done is take this, your upper tier, set it in place like so. To be honest with you folks, I wouldn't even adjust the bottom set screw on the big main grate. If you do, you just need to finger tighten it or just a very slight snug. What it'll do is it'll take a little bit of this play and level the upper tier. You don't want to over tighten it because it'll create too much drag. So the more it's loosened up, the easier this will swivel, and of course the easier it is for it to come out as well. This way, when you need to fill up your cooker, just remove the top tier, remove the bottom tier, or if you're able, remove the whole system all at one time. Okay, so going back to the underside here of the main grate, as far as tightening or loosening the bottom set screw, if we can somehow see this on video, which I don't know that you can or can't, the bottom set screw really, as I said, will just add a little bit of a rigidity to the rack. As you see, it does have a little bit of a wobble. So when you tighten this thing, what it'll do is it'll raise and straighten the upper tier. Now again, we only want to raise it just enough that things just don't tend to roll off. But at the same time, you don't want to tighten it so much that you have a hard time swinging this thing, that it creates a lot of drag. Again, it's personal preference. I would say play with it prior to its first use. Make sure you get everything set up. And by all means, I can't stress this enough, please make sure you do this or do whatever adjustments you're going to do to it before you turn your cooker on. All right? And also, now let's touch upon briefly the seasoning aspect of it. When you receive the two-tier rack, It'll have a very thin coating of a vegetable oil. We do that at our prep area when we get these things ready for packaging. Sometimes the coating are heavier than others. We do our best to try to keep that as even as possible. But before you're ready to use it, get it into your grill, set everything up, get a can of Pam, vegetable oil in a can, whatever you have around the house, and give everything a very good coating, including the post and including the collar. This way you kickstart the seasoning process. When you light the grill, everything will start to season almost immediately. Throw on your food. When you're done cooking for the evening, shut your grill down, and I would just leave it dirty. Don't worry about cleaning anything. Just let all that grease and grime and so forth help the seasoning process out. In between uses, when you're getting ready to fire up your grill again the next night for cooking, get the grill nice and hot, get the grate nice and hot, get your grill brush, your scraper, whatever it is that you use, scrape everything off real clean, apply a little bit more oil, and you're ready to go. I would do that continuously for the first several cooks, and then eventually over time you'll see that this thing will have a nice carbon coating and you really won't need to worry about seasoning it anymore. Maintenance wise, we're touching upon that anyway. The only thing you really need to be concerned about periodically would be the post and the collar. If you are taking advantage of the adjustable portion of the two-tier, this will develop grime and gook and so forth. Take this out of your system, take it into your house, into your sink, hit it with some Easy Off or a Dawn degreaser of some sort, soak it really good. Make sure the collar, rolls up and down the shaft smoothly, reapply some oil, and you're set to go. Again, the grates are totally maintenance free. This is Franco with CGW. Thank you.